the beautiful experiences that we had, it is tired and hardworking people. So we want to applaud them and appreciate them for the hard work, and also we want to appreciate the entire Eswatini nation for the peace that we experienced over the past weekend. The weekend was incident-free, and that is a big draw card, and it sends a very positive message to the international community about the Kingdom of Eswatini. So we really are truly thankful.
Nxumalo went on to thank all event organizers in the country, stating that the amazing job they continue doing will help the tourism sector recover very quickly after being hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic in the past 2 years. She further narrated on the good working relationship they have with South Africa's media houses, which will help the authority market Eswatini and send the right messages about the country and their cultural events. For Channel Yemaswati News, I am Temalange Nidlamini with Kimberly Mavuzo Mbabane.
The main committee, management and staff of Tibio Tagangwane join His Majesty the Ngwenyama, Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi, and the nation in commemorating 54 years of independence. Halala, Kingdom of Eswatini. The Royal Science and Technology Park's Board of Directors, Management and staff wish Their Majesties and the entire nation of Eswatini a happy 54th year of independence. The Board of Directors, Management and staff of the Central Bank of Eswatini congratulate Their Majesties and the entire nation on celebrating the Kingdom of Eswatini's 54th Independence Day. The Board of Trustees, Management and staff of the Public Service Pensions Fund would like to send warm wishes to Their Majesties and the entire nation on the occasion celebrating the Kingdom's 54th independence. The Commissioner General, Executive Command, and entire staff of His Majesty's Correctional Services would like to wish His Majesty King Mswati, Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi, and the entire nation a happy 54th Independence Day. The mayors, councillors, management, employees, and residents of the 14 local authorities under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development would like to join His Majesty King Mswati III, Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi, and the entire Eswatini nation in celebrating the nation's 54th independence.
Baphathi netisebenti telihhovisi lemlawuli wetekuchumana e-Eswatini Communications Commission bahlanganyela nemakhosi kanye nesizwe sonke seMaswati kuba iminyaka lengama-54 live latfola inkhululeko. Halala Eswatini. The Board of Directors, Management and staff of Swaziland would like to join His Majesty King Mswati III in Ndlovukazi and the entire Eswatini nation in celebrating the Kingdom's 54th independence anniversary. Halala Eswatini.
The Board of Directors, Management and staff of the Eswatini Dairy Board join His Majesty King Mswati III, Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi, and the entire Eswatini nation in celebrating the kingdom's 54th year of independence. Halala Eswatini. Welcome back from the break, and now back to our news bulletin. 3 men have appeared before the Mbabane Magistrates Court in link with a robbery worth over 55,000 emalangeni. We have a report. 3 adult males, Pusukuvele Ngambule, Melusi Zwane, and Nkosi Nathi Msibi, have today appeared before the Mbabane Magistrates Court, where they face 2 charges of theft in Mangweni, with the 3 men said to have on the 1st of September 2022 converged the home of a one Miss Spongile Kumalo, where they proceeded to violently kick the door of her house down, using force and violence to induce fear and submission, before proceeding to steal items belonging to Mage Kumalo, amounting to the value of 55,605 mlangeni, inclusive of Mage Kumalo's silver Mazio Demio, registered SSD 474DM, valued at 50,000 mlangeni, in which, on the 5th of September 2022, the perpetrators were found to be driving, with the Mazda Demio now furnished with false registration, accounting for the second count of theft. When explained their rights to legal representation, 2 of the accused requested to receive representation from the DC, while the 3rd accused stated that they would represent themselves in the legal proceedings. The 3 accused are remanded into custody until the 14th of September 2022, with the issue of bail to be discussed on that day. For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Kina Madonsela with Temalangeni Dlamini, Mbabane. Council of Salvation founder Major V has condemned those who speak poorly of royalty. We have a report.
Umprofeti Major V uvete kukhatsateka lanako ngendlela tintfo letihle tenteka ngayo lapha.
Hosiya. Ngicabanga ukuthi babe baqede bekakhethwe inkosi aphinza akhethwe live laseHosiya. Mana namhla sekubuhlungu ngoba umthetho wala kaNgwane awukhona ukusukuma usukumele liqiniso nento lekufanele ukuthi ime. Ngicabanga ukuthi babe baqede uboshiwe ulapha ejele. Akusimnanzi kuba kwakhe lapha ejele. Namuhla nawubuka inkosi ibithe umhlanga, but kunebantu labagebengu labathatha advantage yekokuthi bawucampaigna ngabaqede. Akusimnanzi Nkosi naye bekabona ngendlela lababona ngayo, but nase laba nabo basuka bayeHosiya bathi bona angeke baze bayemhlangeni basumisa abantwana labancane uyabona. No, asijabulele kuboshwa kwabaqede, but sive saseHosiya sikela singahlekisi ngebabuhlonishwa lababoshiwe. Ngiloko lengamane ngikusho ijustice yala kaNgwane asayike isukumele liqiniso. Umuntu lo tofika khulume kwabo kwakhe ngaloko lokwenteka la kaNgwane akanikede umthetho. Namhla inhlekisa kunemuntu losukuma la uyobutha sive saseHosiya sive saseHosiya ngeke sona sikhona kukuma sime lona aboshe kusho sibona kahle kahle baqede ukuthi aye eParliament bebathi inkosi bamoshelela. Kungabi nemuntu lothi sokhulumisa abantwana ukuthi ngeke siyemhlangeni ngoba labahlonishwa bethu baboshiwe njani.
Umprofeti Major V undluleke wayala sive saseHosiya ukuthi singamoneli loyo bekebeka ngomhlonishwa wakuleyanzawo etindzabeni.
The Eswatini Rural Insurance Corporation has today furnished the Eswatini National Darts Association with 120,000 emalangeni sponsorship. We have a report. It was a joyful occasion at the Happy Valley Hotel today, as local dart players who had been participating in a local tournament over the past month were celebrated. The Malkins Dart Club was given special mention at this event, having won the recent tournament and walking away with 15,000 emalangeni in winnings. ESWATINI National Darts Association's Chief Executive Officer, Darius Shlomo, spoke admirably of the sport of darts in the kingdom, citing how where players are forced to retire at certain ages in other sports, darts was advantageous as players could never grow out of the sport, allowing older players to play in tandem with younger players, increasing effective transfer of knowledge between the generations.
Future for any sport is in the youth. Who are playing my darts? I think in the next when it's bonita things, it's youth with the experience. Friday, Babemina is still with us. He has been there for some time. I want to believe winning a contributor or sit in other sporting disciplines. Once we reach a certain age, basic to have the whole mother of cool. Right is God. But like my dad's meeting in the benefit also from the experience about the winner, I'm sure, I'm repeating myself. Winning the youth that as a sportman, so not that. I've said this before, but let me say it again, because it's over.
That's a Sabbath. Sports and Recreation Council, Al-Gajala Hulmende, Nemunyaka, who keep my licenses, a license in my sports association that meet certain standards. Uma when they give wabali long and flame, wanga meet the standards, and we told the license. The Uma I told the license, the support your old man, the adolescent flow, how we told. Now, no matter what's about Sabine Gana, Binga, the minister guy, what you have to tell up for a shell guy. Funaru Babomela, that's association, or solo what's in the show. But about bad and about compliant with the standards and the sport movement. And that was a true thing, which maintain the relationship for so long with one of the leading corporates that corner everything. We must see what German corporates that leading, but the corporate,
the national darts team was also awarded at this event, receiving medals that they had won in the recent sub-regional dart competition. For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Tina Madonsela with Kimberly Mavuso and Tamalangeli Hlamini Ezulwini. Well, with that, we've come to the end of our news bulletin. But before we close off, here's a recap of our top stories making headlines. Police avidly searched the bush around Mananga for armed robbers who bombed an ATM and shot police in Chaneni. 2,550 Yemaswati tertiary students will benefit from a 78 million scholarship package from the Ministry of Labour. The Ministry of Education has announced that the opening of schools has been postponed to the 13th of September. Well, with that, we've come to the end of our news. We do hope you enjoy the rest of your viewing. Good night.